Go right ahead.
Guys, so tonight I'm super excited to talk to you all about if you feel like you don't know who to invite or you feel like you've run out of people to invite. I just want to recognize you and say, I feel you, I get it. I have been there myself. I have said that, but I also want to assure you that you have not invited everyone. And there are so many people out there for you yet to invite, people right under your nose that you haven't invited yet. And I say this from experience because when I first started coaching, I had a very small friends list on Facebook, as well as maybe some of you do. And I had really thought I invited everyone, but then I remember one of my mentors asked me the question, have you invited every single female on your Facebook friends list? And the answer was no, I had not. For whatever reason, maybe it was because I was afraid to invite one of them. I thought that they wouldn't be interested, or that they had probably already been invited before. Or they know a lot of other coaches, or their cousin's a coach or whatever, and I didn't invite them for X, Y, or Z. But I want to first remind you all that it's not our job to decide for somebody if they're going to do this or not. And it doesn't even matter if they say yes or no. That's when this business gets really fun, when you don't need anybody's yes. You're not worried about if they're going to say yes. And all you're worried about is offering this opportunity to as many people as you possibly can without prejudging anyone, because you never know who might need it most. I always say that about so many of the people that have joined me. If I would have said, nah, this wouldn't be for them, they maybe wouldn't have this amazing business that they have today because I invited them to join me. I never thought they would have done it or liked it, but they did, and they blew it out of the water. It's exactly what they needed in their life. Or all of my friends who worked out at the gym, and I didn't think that they'd need this because they do gym workouts. But guess what? They weren't getting results because their nutrition sucked, and they really needed this. And now they've got amazing results because of Beachbody. So don't judge anyone in your life, whether it is, somebody that is way older than you and you don't think you'll connect with them or they're going to want to join you on your journey, or somebody that you think for whatever reason wouldn't do this. Don't judge anybody. And I also want to tell you that I don't want to say in my business now, in my 6th year here come summer, that I'm choosy in my business, but I am a little bit now because I can be. But when you first start a business, you're not choosy. Don't be choosy, okay? Offer this to everybody. And over time, as we build our networks, as we add to our network, as we add new friends on Instagram and Facebook, yes, we're looking for people that fulfill that niche in our life, people that are more like us, people that are in whatever stage of life that is for you, whether it's with young children or just newly married or single or starting to work full time or in college. Yeah, you're looking for people to connect with that are more like you, for sure. But don't discount all the people that are already in your circle right now, because those are the people that are going to help you build your business. And if you get yourself stuck in that narrow-minded state of, I'm only going to ask people who are in this little niche of mine, you're not going to be able to start to build your business for real. You need all of the connections that you have in life to start what this is. This is a network marketing business. So we have to network with people. So maybe your Aunt Sally, who's 49 and doesn't want to do home fitness programs, doesn't want to join you, but maybe she knows somebody that she works with that's going to be an amazing connection for you. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about tonight, is changing your mindset. This was in a book I read. I believe it's Sarah Robbins, How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business. She talks about every single person you talk to. I want you to write this down, the 3 C's. They're going to walk away being one of these people in your life: a coach, a client, or a connector, okay? And I don't want you to leave any conversation without having that person be one of those things for you: a new team member for you as a coach, a client in your business working as a challenger, or somebody who's going to connect you to somebody else they know. And I know when I was a newer coach, that's the piece of the puzzle I was missing. And that's why I felt like I had invited everybody, but really I invited them and they said no, and I stopped there and I didn't allow them to be a connector for me. So I want to encourage you guys to allow people to be connectors to you in your business. And we'll talk about what that means. And then we'll talk about how you haven't invited everybody you think that you've invited yet. So we'll talk about that too. But so how do we get somebody to be a connector for us? So maybe the conversation goes something like this. Maybe we have talked, we offered them to join us in Transform 20, and they weren't interested at all. They said no. Well, first, I'm also going to post for you guys tomorrow in the new coach group an objections video that I did in another group. I downloaded it and I'm going to upload it to our group tomorrow so you guys can watch that, because most times we accept the no a little bit too soon and we don't know why they said no yet. It's a really blanket surface area no where they're like, nah, no thanks. Like, you keep doing you. And they're usually sweet about it for the most part, but they just are saying basically that they're not interested. And as a newer coach, you're probably like, okay, no problem. Like, have a great day. Bye. And you walk away from the conversation. That's totally what I did. But what the piece we're missing is they're not just not interested. That's not a real thing. There's some reason they're not interested, and it's either that they don't think that they have the time for it, or they don't think they have the money for it, or they don't think they can handle the challenge, or whatever the case may be. And we haven't yet identified that if we just walk away with the, no thanks, I'm not interested. So I always say at that moment, I say to them, hey, would you mind me asking why you don't think this is for you? Okay, just so simple. I'm asking permission to ask them that question while I ask them in a really polite way. Would you mind me asking why you don't think this is for you? Okay, or if they tell me that they don't have enough money or that they don't have the time for it, I always ask them, how much time do you think you'd need to be in one of my online challenges? Or, how much money do you think you'd need to do this? And we actually figure out what the real no an objection is. And I'll post that video tomorrow that goes way more in depth with it. But whenever you get to the true no at the end, whether it's that they don't have time or they don't have money, they're saying no, they're not interested, whatever the case may be, I want you to never stop until you've asked them if they can connect you to anybody else. So how does that go? Something super simple like, no worries, maybe this will be a good fit for you another time. And all you're going to say is simply say, I'm really trying to help as many women as I can do blank, whether it's figure out that they do have 20 minutes in their day to work out if you're doing Transform 20, or if you're doing To Be Mindset, finally feel like they don't have to diet all the time anymore and they can lose weight happily. Whatever it is, insert your thing. And then you say, do you know anyone that could benefit from that? Okay, so simple. You're just asking them for a referral. Okay, now this is the trick. This is the secret sauce, in my opinion. Likely they're going to say no right away. They're like, no, nobody's coming to mind, but if anybody does, I'll send them your way. Okay, but this is what I want you to stop and do when that happens. I want you to say whatever it is that you were trying to teach them more about, whether it was Transform 20 or To Be Mindset or whatever. I want you to say, hey, could I send you a quick 2-minute video that explains a little bit more about the program so you'd have a better feel for it to know who to send my way? Okay, this does two things. Number one, I've got another exposure now where I can help them see that maybe this is actually for them, and an aha might go off in their head using a third-party tool, which means something that you didn't have to say. Because when we're newer, even me today, we can say too much and we cannot address maybe the one thing that they needed to know, but that short 2-minute video that really pulls emotion in To Be Mindset, or Shaun T's ability to motivate people in 2 minutes, sharing his workout program, that might be just what they need to say yes, or to say like, hey, actually, after watching that, I'm a little bit more interested. Could you tell me more about this? And that is exactly what we want. We want to just enlighten a little bit more interest in them. Or they might come back and say, that's really great. If anybody comes to mind, I'll send them your way. And that's cool too. But I want you to know when you do that, we are way better set up for a follow-up in the future. Even if we've got no connections from them, they didn't give us anybody else in their life, we know a more defined why they weren't ready right now, whether it was time or money or whatever the situation is, and they've had an exposure to it that we can reach back out to them from time to time way more easily. Okay, does that make sense? Yes. So especially, it's easy to kind of ask for this casual referral in any conversation, But a lot of you maybe aren't that comfortable going to close friends and family and asking them to join you. Maybe that was something that you were really concerned about coming on to coaching, and you're like, I didn't want to push this on anybody. And that's totally cool. But do you know what the softest invite ever is? It's referrals, asking for referrals. So you can easily go to your mom or your sister or the girl you work with and say, hey, I'm really trying to get my coaching business started. I love blank because it's done blank for me. For me, that's To Be Mindset. I'm super passionate about that program. So I love To Be Mindset because it helped me break free of the restrict binge mentality and actually be able to feel like I could enjoy things I want in life without either being on a diet or off a diet. Okay? You say what you're passionate about and you say, do you know anybody that might like to blank, lose weight, do a 20-minute-a-day workout program, whatever the case may be. And when you ask those close friends or family members for referrals, they're not just going to say to you, if anybody comes to mind, I'll let you know. You can actually say to them, like, hey, could we brainstorm together? Like, who do you think might benefit from this? You know, what about people that you go to church with, mom? Or what about people that you work with, mom? Who's always, you know, feeling like they're kind of on a diet or off a diet, right? When they're those close people to you in your life, you can have more intimate conversations with them and literally like be with a pen and paper. Like, you mean business. You're not trying to like get mom to enroll, but you're saying, hey, mom, could you help me figure out who in your life I could maybe help with this? And you know what's going to happen at the end of the day? You're going to enroll your mom or your sister or your friend because they're going to see your passion behind it all as you share with them what you're doing for other people. And it might not even be right then, but guess what the best, you know, form of a testimonial is? It's when you help that lady that sits across from your mom at work lose 10 pounds. And then your mom's like, oh, wait a minute, like I want in on this too. And that is seriously the best way, in my opinion, to get your business going and never lose your funnel is through referrals. Just even, I'll share this with you guys right now that, you know, I'm, like I said, this summer will be 6 years I've been a coach. And this month has been a really tough month for me. I've been going through some personal things and I haven't been plugging in and inviting as many new cold market people and expanding my network as I usually do. But guess what has been huge for me right now? My referral network, because I have this pool of people who I've been working with over the years that I've been getting results to, and they want to tell their friends about the results that they're getting. It's so easy to tell your friends when you feel good and when you're getting results, and I can go to them and I can say, hey, Bree, you've been getting incredible results in this group. Is there anybody that you work with that you think might like this too? Who do you eat lunch with that's been seeing how you eat? And guess what? She gave me a referral, and that was a challenge pack this month. And that's how it works in network marketing. And I think we forget that because we have this ability to build a huge business via social networking, via Facebook and Instagram. And we never have to talk one-on-one with people. And you don't. You can still 100% do this via Facebook and Instagram direct message. But I want you to know, when you're building that foundational phase of your business, if you feel like I don't have people to invite, I don't know who to invite, you're not digging in to your network, the people around you that do know, love, and trust you already, and asking them for connections. Let them be a connector for you, all those close friends and family, even if they're not ready to be a client or a coach with you. Let them be a connector in your life. And I guarantee you they want to be a connector. Think about it like if you opened a restaurant or a coffee shop. Do you not think your mom would come to your grand opening of your coffee shop and she'd tell all her friends to come too, and everybody would be there? It's the same thing in your business. You just have to ask people because it's a different format. We don't have a coffee shop we're going to. We have to reach out and ask those people that do know, love, and trust us in our life to connect us to people they know. Cool? So what else can we do to expand that network, even via social media, via your phone texting, via whatever? It's, if you've not done this, I want you to do it. And even if you tell me you did it already, I want you to do it again, because I literally still do this like every month in my business because new people will always come to mind. I'm going to post it in our group right after this, but it's also in our back office. It's called the Memory Jogger, and it's in the Coach Online office. And literally all it is just a list of things, okay? So I'll grab it right now and read some of them to you. So basically it is, You're going to build your contact list, and you're just going to write down names as you read through these things. Write down your mother, your father, your grandparents, your in-laws, your siblings, your children, your aunts, your uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your church members, any social groups you're in, babysitters that maybe you had growing up, or babysitters that watch your kids today, school groups. It goes on and on and on, guys. So many things, okay? And even as I'm reading this list right now, like I said, I've done this 6 years. New people just came to my mind right now. I'm like, oh, my daughter's babysitter that we grab for Thursday night date nights. Totally forgot about her. Oh, that girl that babysitted my daughter last summer whenever we went to our coach conference. You know, all these people just popped into my head. And those are all people in your network right now that you're not thinking about. So I want to encourage you to grab that contact memory jogger from the back office. And like I said, I'll throw it in our group too. And make that list. If you guys don't have a real hard copy list right now in your business, make tonight or tomorrow the time that you do that. And that can be an Excel spreadsheet. It can be a notebook. It can be anything you want. It does not have to be fancy at all. It's just names written down. But we're constantly adding names to our list all the time via whatever way you want, whether that's adding new friends on Facebook, adding new followers on Instagram. Maybe it is the girl you ran into in the coffee shop because you really like to do one-on-one things where you see people and meet them and interact with them. You start to get more and more comfortable with just talking to people and networking with people. Maybe that's you. And you write their name down. Maybe you're really going to start doing what I shared with you and connect to more people. So the people you're talking to on Facebook and Instagram, you're asking them to connect you to people. And you can write their names on your list, but always adding to that list every single day. Okay. So I want you all to start your list if you haven't yet. And if you have, add to that list by using this memory jogger. And then also by making a commitment that you're going to reach out to those close friends and family members and ask them to be connectors for you, and make it a best practice that every conversation that you have on Facebook or Instagram or in person, that you leave that conversation with either a client, a coach, or a connector, somebody connecting you to another person that you can reach out to and share this opportunity with, okay? It's not our job, remember, to decide if it's going to be a yes or a no, just to present the opportunity. And the more comfortable you get with talking to more and more people, the more fun it becomes, because you're not worried about if Tammy's going to say yes, or Katie's going to say yes, or Janessa's going to say yes, or Meg's going to say yes. I'm just worried about sharing this with people. And the right people are going to say yes, and the people who aren't quite ready yet are going to say no, and we're going to follow back up with them, and eventually they're going to be a yes. But it becomes more and more fun when you're not worried about the 5 people that you keep inviting over and over and over again that keep saying no to you, because we're just like kind of recirculating the same couple people that we're inviting. We're adding new people. We're creating new connections. You know, if you guys didn't read how to get, what is it called? Get Over Your Damn Self, that personal development book. We recommended it in January. I don't know if we formally recommended it in February, but if you guys haven't read that book, read it. And one of my favorite things that she says is, if you don't like talking to people, guys, I hate to be the one to say it to you, but network marketing is not for you. That's what we do. We build relationships, we talk to people, and we get better at it every day. So if you don't mind talking to people, but it makes you a little nervous, that's okay. Because I still get nervous sometimes, especially when I talk to people that I think this would be really great for, but I'm afraid they're going to say no. It still happens to me today. But the more and more we talk to people, the more comfortable we get. And you're going to have a lot of fun as you start to get connected to more and more people in your friends and family's life, and you help them get results in their fitness and create a business. And it's amazing. We create our own friendship, tribe, and circle. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I know that I wanted to keep this to 20 minutes. So if anybody has any questions, we'll take like a couple questions, and I'll make sure I post that memory jogger in our group tonight here. And I will post tomorrow's post. Look out for it for Friday. I'll be sharing that objections video in it too. Okay, cool. Any questions, guys? Any questions? My daughter's going to say goodnight to me. I love you. Mwah. Thank you. Night, night. Memory jogger. That's great. 1 second, baby. Told Abby no plenty of times. Oh, yeah, Kara, you told me no a million times. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, if you have questions, of course, you can post them in the group, comment on tomorrow's post or tonight when I post that memory jogger, and we'll continue working through this. But I want you to know, give yourself permission to fail forward, okay? That's what we do in this business is we're going to keep making mistakes. It's not a learn and then do business. It's a do and then learn business. So we keep learning with all the action that we take. So 1 second, baby, I'm getting off the call, okay? Okay, so I'm going to get going, but love you guys all so much. Keep checking in the group. Check in on that poll if you didn't yet, and we'll keep working together, okay?